Alrighty, episode 9 of Delayed Takes. Host Saint.
All right.
Usual panel in here. We got King Kareem, we got Warwolf, and we got this nigga. He don't know how to make up his mind. I don't know if it's Kiki the Don or Kino the Don. He got to make a decision.
What did Doc Ock say, King, when Peter was hallucinating? It can be both.
Both. It can be both.
This dude, dog. Okay.
I can do both. Miles Morales.
Jesus.
Hey, Neener.
Hello.
I mean, let's jump into it. Who saw Blue Beetle?
I literally bootlegged it last night.
You're sick. You are sick.
Whatever. He not my Black Panther.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Okay.
Panther.
He is your Mexican Spider-Man.
He is actually. He has the funny shit.
Okay. I saw it today in theaters in IMAX.
Damn.
Really good movie. Really good, solid origin story. I do say like my only like negative is that it may drag just a little bit. That's like the only thing I can say negative about it.
So the pacing's too long.
Yeah, for certain scenes. This is not a negative, but I will say it's clear as day. Like this plot is damn near identical to Ant-Man, and some of the
like the first one.
Yeah, like the first one and the second one. And it's got like a lot of fight scenes and just like, and this is coming from somebody like I'd never fuck a Blue Beetle. I don't read the Blue Beetle comics. I still have no interest in reading a Blue Beetle comic. That's just me. But I will say it's very reminiscent of Iron Man 1 and Ant-Man. And that's not a negative at all.
It sounds like you're talking about like the villain side?
Not just similar. The villain, just like the overall designs of the villain suit, and
so it's like the polar opposite of the main character
type shit. It's like basically he's fighting a copycat version of himself.
I did hear someone talk about that. Which they're literally just fighting themselves, just an evil version of themselves, or just the polar opposite of themselves. It's not like a truly different.
Yeah, and it's not even a bad thing that they do that shit because it's like
it's a safe route.
Got Venom when it comes to it's like, and it's an introductory movie. There ain't no need to bring in like an obscene ass villain and shit or anything like that we haven't really heard of that he got. I just thought the nigga was gonna be Black Beetle, and I thought Black Beetle off rip that shit gonna go crazy, but they might save that for later, which is still gonna be him fighting himself type thing, but it'll just be more of that stake thing. But him fighting the basically Obadiah Stark. Of his what's it called? Colombia, Puerto Rican in a cave. Puerto Rican Obadiah Stark was fine and shit. Like I like the suit. I like the special effects for the movie. They were doing pretty well. The fight scenes, all the fight scenes to me were good and shit. But you were right about some scenes did feel like kind of drag. Not like it's drag like, oh fuck, this movie taking forever.
Yeah,
like, they probably cut some stuff out the movie and just left it how it was. Because I don't even know how long the runtime is for this movie, but I would
like 2 hours and 43 minutes.
This ain't no 3-hour movie. Be for real.
No, for real.
Ouch.
You're lying. I'm pulling this up. Wikipedia, helping nigga out.
It's 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Let's see. Oh no, you know
it's 7.
You know what it is? No.
It's 2 hours. Okay,
I'm sorry. Fine. I apologize. The reason I said that is because I was watching a YouTube video last night and Mission Impossible, and only reason that popped up in my head is because like how I want to like describe like the pacing. I was getting that runtime mixed up with Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, because that number specifically popped in my head. And what I wanted to say is that's a movie where the pacing, where exactly what you just said, King. Like how some scenes run a little like too long,
it's not even a bad type of long. It's just something you kind of notice a little bit, but it's not like it's an issue or anything. Like I know some people are like real sticklers or nitpickers, but this is just to me. This is like I can't really, when it comes to this movie, I can't really nitpick like too much because it's like DC going for a new vibe and all that, and it's like it's pretty chill, it's bright, colorful. But then it's like I'm glad the movie did have serious moments and stuff too.
Yeah, no. I was just saying like it's kind of like how like Zack Snyder, how like they have like a a director's cut for any movie, and like a certain scene would just like run a little longer than you would think it usually do.
Yeah,
that's all it was with some scenes. And there is some like certain culture like jokes and stuff that don't land well. Like at least in my theater, like it didn't really. Some jokes landed, and then some jokes like went over like a lot of people's heads.
Yeah. My grandma was cracking jokes when I seen it. I didn't have subtitles for what she was saying, so that kind of annoys me. Because hopefully, like I can run it
It's
back.
your fault, man. Just support these movies.
Whatever, man. Like whatever, dog. I'm chilling. I ain't feel like doing all that. I got sent the bootleg. I was blessed with the bootleg last night in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna report that group chat too.
Straight you ain't in it, so don't worry about it.
Blessed with the bootleg. That's a new one right there.
Yeah, but nah, like it was a lot of references in there too. Like I won't say what it is. I'll just say it's certain video games, like because I don't want to spoil it per se. But Wolf, did you watch it or was this another one you skipped?
I'm skipping it.
Oh man, I'm shocked. Kino here didn't watch it because he was getting on my case. Man, stop trying to skip it, but you'll watch Zack Snyder Superman, but you won't watch this.
Kiki ain't skip. He just want to see it in theaters, but I got that bootleg for him in case he wants it.
Yeah, what you waiting on, man?
I'm gonna see both.
Oh God.
Both next week, man. But
check what I'm getting into before I drop $50.
I rate it like a solid like 8. Yeah,
an 8.
It's an 8. Because I like I said, I can't really find any like crazy negatives out of this. Like maybe like them trying to set up a sequel. It's kind of a little irritating. Yeah. I'm just like, I was about to ask,
what's up with? Was there a post-credit scene or post-credit cameo? Because I didn't get to see one.
There were two. There was one that was directly at the end of the movie, and then there was one after the credits, which wasn't really a crazy. It wasn't a crazy scene. It was just like, oh damn, I could have left. I could have left, bro. I didn't need to see this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but overall, 8 out of 10. But since we're on this Blue Beetle topic, I don't know if you guys saw the director kind of slipped up because he said he wanted to do a Bane movie and he like pitched it to like Warner Bros. Whatever, and come to find out they're like, no, you can't do that because Matt Reeves already got something cooking. And he I don't know if he was supposed to say that, but I mean, now we know that that information is out there. Who knows if Bane's gonna be in the Batman 2 or one of the shows,
Bold or something.
Yeah, because don't we still have that Penguin show? Like, what happened with that?
Penguin show still gonna come out.
Well, you know the release date because I thought that was this year.
Nope. I wouldn't know. I just know they dropped a trailer for it. And I don't. Yeah, they had a trailer. I don't know if they had a date. It was probably still in production or something. It was like, I don't care. It's like, take your time. Just drop it whenever it's ready.
Yeah, because I remember before they announced the transition to Max, HBO, they had that rebrand. They showed a trailer, but I haven't heard shit about it since. Oh, okay. I see how I'm wrong. It's supposed to come out
next year.
Next year, yeah, 2024. That kind of sucks. I thought that was going to.
They pushed it back. Yeah.
They must.
Either they pushed it back, or they were just showing what they got done when they're still making it.
Maybe, because I know they had 2 different shows. They had this one and what was supposed to be GCPD. They changed it to something else though, like Gotham or something like that. And because it became bigger than what it was supposed to be. Like I think it was supposed to be an Arkham show. That's what it was, and it just became like way bigger. But who do y'all want to play like Bane, or like what do you want to see? Like what kind of Bane?
They would definitely have to be some big Hispanic or big Mexican dude. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be like, I know it's like with some things it's like they don't need to be exactly accurate with their ethnicity, but for Bane, it's like, okay, first time we got Bane, it was some dude in like a suit, or is it some big swole white dude, or it was a Hispanic dude, and we don't fucking know because the nigga didn't speak, he was stupid. Then we got Tom Hardy and everything, which was like as a villain itself was cool until that nasty twist they decided to do at the end. That was disgusting.
Garbage.
But, exactly. But it's like now it's time for like, all right, now let's get that plot and intelligence from like Dark Knight Bane, but put that on 10, and then we get the physicality from that old Bane, and just give me a business man again. If he ain't built like Batista, I don't want it. If he ain't got an accent, I don't want it.
Speaking of that, Batista wants to play Bane.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is Batista Hispanic?
Yes. Well, yes.
They should do what they're doing with Twisted Metal with the performance actor and the voice-over actor. Get a steroid muscular dude, right? Just put a mask on. He'll, mouth the lines, but there's a different actor speaking. So get like a really comic book accurate, like huge, like testosterone overflowing type Bane with the venom plugged in like his body.
Just get Bane from Arkham Origins.
Get someone like get like a Lou Ferrigno.
Oh my god! Body. They should have brought Lou Ferrigno back as Hulk. He never should have. I don't like. I'm about to get off topic. I'm sorry. I'm getting upset.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm getting upset.
So off topic.
It was. I was literally thinking about it.
He definitely was
Justice League. Get a guy with that body, put a mask over him, and there's your Bane.
My thing is though, like after like Tom Hardy's performance, I'm just like, damn. That sounds like a good idea just because it worked for Twisted Metal. It makes sense. But I'm like, damn, I really want somebody that have like both the physique and like the actual
voice. I feel like if they have the voice and let the actor do the voice, that they can act. But if not, it's like I don't see why. Like I like that as an option too. That way we still get the best of both worlds, even if it's not like, all coming from the same dude. They're still bringing those pieces together to make a good character.
I trust Matt Reeves. I trust him on that one. And I don't trust buddy that's doing the DC Batman because like I get it.
He just direct.
He did The Flash, and listen, it was a glorified Batman movie, and he did all the Batman scenes right, but I just don't know what he would do with the villains. Like I got to see more of his work before I'm like trusting him to do something like that,
Yeah, because it's like I feel like when it came to his stuff, it's like The Flash just had a lot of controversy surrounded, and that movie just kept getting pushed back for years and years and stuff too, when it was going from director to director. So it's like, this is what we know he did, but I don't think it's fair to like judge him off of this movie when he has other stuff that he's probably done that's out that we just haven't peeped. This is just something we know that he did. Shit.
I still want to see more stuff though. Before you go full on.
Dog, no, let me see. The nigga directed it. Like, no, he's straight. He's fine. He directed it 1 and 2. He's cool.
It's cool, but like, no, I want to see more.
You don't need to see more when he already produced them 2. It's like he just got done with the. He's fine. He got
a lot of people hate it too, which is crazy.
It too. I understand why people. It too is like I can understand why people ain't crazy about like not. It's not first. It too is not bad, but some people just didn't like it. But some people just wasn't rocking with it. But it was still a good movie. It won slaps. He got something called Mama that dropped. Hold on, who was in this?
Yeah,
this is a horror. This is a. He did. He was doing a lot of horror movies. This that Sam Raimi stuff. This man doing horror movies now. He's doing superhero movies.
But the thing is, the Batman he's doing is not going to be like a horror Batman though. It's more like Brave and the Bold type shit.
That's fine.
That's
why I'm kind of like I want to see more stuff before you
we love niggas love Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. I feel like he's fine because the vibe he had with the Flash I feel like was perfectly fine in terms of like his actual directing and stuff. I just feel like a lot of that stuff was just story and all that was already done. Or he might have had.
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming him for the entire film. I
know you're not. Because a lot of blame goes to Warner Brothers for real. It's like there's cool things about it, but it's like that movie just has so much BS.
Like that baby scene, they try to blame him for that. I'm like, bro, that was not his. Warner Bros. Literally added that like weeks before the fucking movie, or months before the movie, because there was a whole different screening without it.
Was Grant Gustin in The Flash?
He was supposed to be, but they just never could work it out. Why? I don't know. Maybe with some petty shit behind the scenes. Because I mean, they had crossover in the actual
and the TV show. Yeah, that's why like okay. Because honestly, they could just bring Grant. I would not mind if they just brought Grant Gustin in to be Flash for real at this point.
He's not gonna want to do it though.
Shit.
Which is understandable. He didn't play it too long.
He done played him since for 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
Like we as old as he was when he started the role now.
Yeah, I'm looking at Andres' film. I see it, Mama. That's about it. I don't really see nothing else that's like I'm sold off of, you know. I'm looking forward to the Batman. Like I said, I want to see some more stuff.
Like, because how old is dude? Hold on.
Probably 34.
He's 49. 40. Like,
yeah. Wait,
he's 49. The first movie he directed dropped in like 2000. Yeah, so it's just so he started directing when he was late 20s. So 20s, started putting movies out. So it's just like, and even then it's like the movies have gotten better. And it's not like it's not like a thing where like, oh, he couldn't have been involved with other stuff. And like he had to have been involved with stuff. And then Mama, then Twisting the Aces. What is this? Is this a TV show? Oh, it's a rom-com.
Yeah.
And that's like, nah, he did It one that's solid enough for me. And he did It. So I'm cool with him. I just know he had BS going around. This nigga's made good movies. Or great movies even.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking on that. I'm just saying, like me personally, I just want to see more.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I'm not tripping on that. Like you just want to see more out of the dude. Like there ain't nothing too wrong with that.
Like Matt Reeves, he's proved it to me, and even then, like I still want to see more out of the shows. Like what else he can do with the lore. You know what I mean?
I did not know he was directing the shows.
Yeah. He's one writing and directing it.
He's directing those shows, and he's also helping with the animated one. That's not connected to it, but just
Oh wow, Matt Reeves did Planet of the Apes, the new Planet of the Apes joints. Okay.
Yeah.
And he did Cloverfield. Okay, that's fine.
That's why old buddy, you know, forget his fucking name. You know, the one that played Claw and Caesar. What is his name, bro? He's also in Andor.
He directed Blood Monkey. Oh my god.
What is his name? Y'all know his name, bro.
Alfred. I love Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, yeah.
I love Blood Monkey. I did not know if I'd have known the same dude because it's like, okay, I would have to look up for Planet of the Apes. I'm like, okay, you're certified off of those like 2 or 3 movies that you directed. The fact that like forget Cloverfield, you directed a bad movie that I like, and you did 28 Weeks Later. Oh yeah, boy, you certified for me.
What was the bad movie?
Blood Monkey. It's like a movie about. So it's what's it called? A mad professor leads a group of students in the jungles to Africa to investigate a remote tribe of killer chimpanzees, and it's like the monkeys are hunting them.
You a crazy nigga. The more I know you, you just a crazy ass nigga, man.
I am.
But since you speaking of monkeys, let's talk about that One Piece shit, bro, because we never did talk about it. The Gear 5 stuff. What's up with that, King? Because you're a One Piece finiciato. So put us on.
What's up with that Gear 5? It's the Super Saiyan of our time. No, I'm messing with you. But like Gear 5 is just like, you know, it's just that next level transformation and all that. And that man, like, okay, the fight's starting now. It's like, you know, this is a typical anime thing. It was like, for one, we thought he was done after Gear 4. Like, and he had Gear 4 for years at this point, to where we didn't think he was going to get another transformation. It's not like with Drag, because how long did Dragon Ball Z run? How many years was that? Like 6?
Yeah, started in 86 and ended in like 91.
Yeah, so the thing with Gear 5 is like he didn't had a like Gear 4 for about as long as Goku, for as long as Dragon Ball Z had ran. So we didn't think there would be another transformation or anything like that. Like, of course, we didn't think like, of course, it's like he's actually squabbling with Kaido and all that. Then all of a sudden, this man is like, okay, Luffy lost. It's like, damn, we wasn't for like, I don't read the manga and stuff, so people that read the manga knew what's coming. I wasn't expecting Luffy to get no transformation, even though it's a shonen and we know how this stuff works and everything. But no, Luffy, what's that meme y'all been seeing where he claps and skedaddles? Like, yeah, no, to get it work. It's trying to put in that work. The transformation looks cool. I like how he's just laughing the whole time. I'm kind of scared of what he's gonna be like if he actually gets serious in that form, but I don't know how the whole thing gonna work. It's just like, man, I need Mr. Fantastic to step his game up because you getting outdone by somebody who can't even read for real.
That is crazy.
Just to give an idea what we talking about here, let me put this shit on the screen for our YouTube peoples, man. Like, y'all know me, I really don't give a shit about One Piece like that, but I'm like, this design's actually pretty interesting, and I'm seeing a bunch of hate on the animation saying that it's not good and stuff. I'm like, bro, this is perfectly fine. Like,
exactly, the animation is great. It's just like people just can't be satisfied or something, and it's just like people aren't allowed to mix like 2D and 3D or whatever. It's just like y'all are just weird, man. Just like enjoy. Like I can understand if it's like, oh, it's not something you particularly like the look of or enjoy, but it's like give new things a chance and everything. Because it's like looking back at One Piece from like the first episode, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really think I could go back to recently watch One Piece because to me the animation from back when it started was just ugly at this point. And all that now. It's like, this looks good. Now, look at that man going crazy. That man got a ring around him in that form. He's imagine a nigga laughing and beating your ass.
No, that is crazy.
Sounds like Warhammer shit.
No, I think it's a pretty fire design, and the animation's fine, bro. And they trying to compare it to when the Pain fight with Naruto in the Nine Tails state. What was he, Six Tails at that moment?
Are they complaining about the animation or the drawing style?
It's a bit of both because like the way that animation is, bro. People like to say, oh, it's a downgrade, and it's like, no, it's just a different art style, bro. Like, and they killed it back, well, not even back then, bro. I didn't see people killing it, but you know how Twitter is. They'll bring shit up like years later, a decade later, because it's damn near a fucking decade when that shit dropped. And they'll be like, oh, this animation is terrible. It's a downgrade. This is what y'all be praising. It's like, bro, the animation is fine. Now, Dragon Ball Super, now that's Jesus. That Super Saiyan 3 Goku animation was atrocious.
That was bad. That was as bad.
Episode 5 and episode 10. There's people have timestamped all the trashy ass animations. Episode 31 with Goku and Frieza. I think I would say somewhere in the 30s.
To be fair, think about it like this. Imagine if you had to redo the same exact arc you just got done doing with a cheaper budget.
Like I said, they should have just fucking made a summary of what happened in the first two movies and started Super with the new storyline.
That wasn't up to them. That ultimately, unfortunately, was not up to them.
Well, they just wasted countless.
Yeah, it was up to them. They just wanted money.
Yeah,
it wasn't up to the writers, and it wasn't up to the writers and stuff. It was ultimately up to Toei. Toei was the ones that made them do it.
Bastards.
I could understand that, like on one hand, because it's money, but on the other hand, that does give them more time to actually draw and animate the rest of the show and all that. That way, it's just like, okay, you don't hit the ground running with where you got to start off and stuff. Because that animation for the rest of those arcs after that, they did the movies and shit. When them fight scenes needed to hit, them fight scenes hit. Because when we go talk about Jiren and that fight,
chef's kiss.
Hold on, I gotta pull up the image now. Y'all go ahead.
Oh yeah, because they hired one of those special art animator designers. I forgot. They hire these guys, and the workers start basing the drawing styles after them, and it looks so high produced. Because there's different people that they brought on for different shots, and literally just one episode. That's a couple $1,000s.
I like the amount of effort they put in with that stuff.
Yeah, they can afford it. They just don't want to take the time to do it.
See, I did see new stuff from what's it called, Boruto, dropping on my timeline, and I kind of just want to continue watching it now because I was already I already made it a little bit of a decent length in there already. I just stopped because it was I just wanted more to show to drop.
Yeah, that's why I added that as a subtopic as well. Since we were talking about anime real quick. I know you saw it. I don't know if Kiki saw it or Wolf saw it, but Once I saw this mug on the timeline, I'm like, nigga, this might be my time to actually start reading this again, bro. Because what the fuck?
Oh yeah, that mug was nice.
This is where I'm like, okay, now you talking my language. Like
I saw
Naruto look
somebody.
edgy.
I saw somebody edit some pants on what's her name? Sakura. Yeah, Saruda. And I ain't gonna lie, like she was like, this fit already drippy. They gave her pants. Somebody drew pants on her too. That shit went so hard, bro.
Yeah,
that drip went crazy.
Like, man, I can't wait for this because like my issue was when I watched Boruto, because I used to like watch it when it had like 2 seasons. And not all the way through. I looked at it because I seen the movie already, so I already know like that part of it. But I looked at that first episode, and you see that the flash forward. I'm like, nigga, where is this? And it switches back to younger Boruto. I'm like, no.
Yeah, because it's like the thing that got me with Boruto is like Naruto. You had no idea what's going on when you first start watching. You're just given the story, or not the story, but like the pretense, the basis, their objective. Okay, training for the Chunin exams. Da 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 da. You got that. This, it's like you've already been through that with the verse and the war and all that, to the point where it's like now it's you're following the next generation, which I like. I don't have a problem with them continuing Naruto, although I felt like the ending was perfectly fine and they never needed to bring it back. And then they're showing this stuff and everything was like, oh, in the future, Boruto's son got to have that thing on him type thing, and he really squabbling. It's like, I like it, but it's just a process of getting there at the beginning. I know we got to like build time with these characters and they got to do the little kid shit and everything because it's like also it's not the same world that it was.
I think it's the fact that they showed this time, like they showed, if they hadn't showed that time skip like right at the first episode, then it kind of like, it's like Raylan said, it's like if they would have started Dragon Ball Z, you would have had Goku. You would have had Goku transform. You would have had Goku as a Super Saiyan already getting ready to fight Frieza, or him fighting Kid Buu. And then it's like, okay, well, where the fuck is this stuff at? We gotta sit up here and watch all this extra stuff just to get to this. We gotta eat the salad just to get to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like with that though, with Boruto, it was to get people hooked into watching it, because it's like, if think about Boruto, they never showed that. Would people really be watching Boruto like that? Because people already shit talk Boruto as it is and all that, especially when it first dropped.
But I feel like that's part of the reason, though.
Yeah, it
like
is.
They shot themselves in the foot by doing that, because that's all people really wanted to see. Yeah. I think people would have probably had a more warmer reception to it. Like, obviously, you probably going to get some people that still talk trash about it. That's just with any anime. That's just with anything, any art related thing. Nothing is perfect, but the backlash wouldn't have been as severe if they hadn't started that show with that fast forward.
I feel you on that. I just feel like they needed to get people hooked on a new show because it was a new generation and all that. Because like people would have talked shit regardless. But at least
I feel like, I kind of feel like they didn't need to really do that, just based off of the fact that whether we like it or not, it's part of Naruto. It's part of the Naruto brand. Naruto has a very big brand and a very huge fan base. So really, like, if they would just start, of course it's gonna start off slow, but it's gonna start to pick up. Like, yeah, but I do get what you're saying though.
Yeah, I get what you're saying too. It's because it's like if they were gonna use that, like I guess it was fun to use at the beginning right there, but they could have saved that for like another season or something.
No, my thing is you go from like the beginning of Naruto Shippuden and it had a flash forward, but it wasn't that far. It was like what? Maybe one season, maybe like one actual arc. It wasn't that far of a skip, you know what I mean? This is like doing a whole Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? That's a huge ass time skip, bro. But I mean, it's whatever. I'll try to like skip whatever filler and catch up. And my thing about mangas, I like the physical copies of those. So whenever they start busting out the physicals, I'll have to definitely cop and catch back up. But one last thing for we get on the other topic. Y'all saw the Scott Pilgrim anime trailer?
Yes, sir. And I'm excited for it, but I'm a little mad about it now because I'm already starting to see some Scott Pilgrim discourse about it. And it's like, y'all weren't there when these books originally dropped, nor the movie.
Exactly.
Aren't the actors from the movies coming back to voice the anime?
I believe so.
That's amazing.
Oh,
I didn't know. Oh yeah, I didn't know you had my screen up. My fault. So yeah, to see that animation on that punch, you see the rage in this man's eyes. Come on now, dog. That's cooking. This is cookage. Versus how this is what I don't mind you bringing different. Look at this, man. Like if I had to sit through 2 movies in TV show format to get the animation like this, it's fine. Not saying this stuff had the best story in the world, but the animation was live, transformation was cool, and everything. And this is.
Let me show you high quality shots with what's her name, Kefla, the fusion one.
Yeah,
Kefla. Yeah, they had the same high quality animation when Goku was fighting.
That's because they had a different team,
before they the shots were like high quality before they fused and after they fused. So
yeah, it was a different team and artists that did it.
There's there's darker colors, darker shades.
Okay. Google is like that. I saw that. Okay.
What happened?
I saw Google. I saw Google Googling when I went to images. When I typed the verses for like a fight, and then it's like we're gonna have to edit that out at like 31:20. You're gonna see it at the bottom of the screen.
We didn't see anything, bro.
I did, and if I saw it, that means y'all just saw it. Or somebody's.
I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Rewind.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
We had an I show speed moment. I'm gonna just say that.
Oh god,
I feel bad.
I show meat.
Yeah, I feel bad for him because he's 18. He ain't deserve all that. Like it just flew
that dude's 18.
He is 18. That is a kid, bro. He ain't deserve that. So
bro,
get on his head.
I'm not even gonna talk about this situation. That's
next.
Like,
yeah,
that's a W type.
Just leave that child alone. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say on
it. Did any of y'all see the TMNT announcement?
Yes.
I know we didn't talk about it last week, of course, because it was a dry week. How y'all feeling, man?
10 out of 10 game. It hasn't even come out yet. Haven't seen gameplay. Don't care.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you like the book, you pretty much most likely gonna like the game. The story's already there.
My thing is, I am actually very worried about this game. Hype for it, but I'm worried because we find out who's publishing it and developing it. I'm like, oh god,
who's publishing it?
THQ Nordic.
THQ. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh god, I haven't heard them in a while.
Yeah.
Damn, the last THQ that I can think about is
this
GameCube. It's been a while since I played a THQ type game.
Hey,
the last THQ game was Scooby-Doo.
This might be their comeback, man. This might be their comeback, man.
Yeah, so the developmental the developers are Black Forest Games. And oh boy. Let's see the list of their games, bro.
Black Force Games.
They did Destroy All Humans.
That's good.
Their last recent game was Fate to Silence.
Forge Games.
Rogue Stormers, that was 2014, and Gianna's Sisters in 2012. I don't know about this, Chief. I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned. We'll be there day one, but it's like, I don't know, man. This might be a hit or miss type situation. Have any of y'all read the book or started reading?
I read it when it came out. When it dropped, that story is great. That's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Flashback's going to go crazy.
Ooh, yeah, because I just got the book. I'm probably going to read it today or tomorrow. Been too caught up in Mortal Kombat, so I'm going to get on it, though. But I know everybody saw the Percy Jackson the Olympians trailer.
Edge?
Yes.
Oh, and you didn't know that he was in there. Which
I'm you didn't know.
I'm shocked that like none of y'all knew this because maybe it's because I've been keeping up with it. Well, I don't know. I've been keeping up with him since he returned to WWE, and he retired sadly.
Again,
Friday. Well, on his own terms this time. It was his last match in his contract, so he's possibly like done for good, or he might go do something in AEW. I'm not sure about it, but it's looking like his last match because I mean he had his whole family out there and stuff, and it was in Toronto. But I mean it's pretty cool to see him finally in it because I saw the announcement that he got added into the show, but to actually see him in the trailer and this a Percy Jackson adaptation overall is pretty good because I mean, when was the last movie, bro?
The last movie was the second one, and I think that came out like in 2020 something, 2010-ish.
Percy Jackson, not the novel I'm looking at. Percy Jackson movies,
and I'm really glad because this is actually going to be way.
The last one was 2013.
Way more accurate. Yeah, this is actually going to be way more accurate to the books.
You think Disney's going to give that budget though?
I'm pretty sure.
They've been selling lately on stuff like that.
I don't know if they going to like. It just probably that first season. I ain't gonna hold you. That first season, it would not surprise me if that's still gonna be a little choppy. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, but depending on how.
Show?
Yeah,
it's a Disney Plus show.
Oh,
that's that. Yeah, that's where it gets a little concerning. And how many episodes is it gonna have? Is the real question. Anybody know?
Nope.
Let's see if I can look it up.
I know it comes out in December, so that's gonna be something to watch for Christmas, I guess. Christmas time, holidays.
I'm just hyped.
It's saying 8 episodes.
Okay.
I mean, that's not. To be honest, that's not bad. Like the way, like you can really stretch the book to be multiple. At least that first book. Yeah, you can really stretch the first book to be like 1 or 2 seasons, bro. Like you don't have to just stretch the shit out. Like, I mean, you don't gotta make one book 1 season.
Let me put this on the screen, man.
That's crazy.
But that actually
it's the villain. Villain. Is that the villain?
That's Ares.
Oh, because I was just looking at the trailer and I heard his voice and it sounded kind of like menacing.
I mean, he is a menace though.
He's got that fucking long sword with the parry blades, which is this furthermost spikes. That's how you parry a sword.
Yeah, man. But
so
that actually it leads me to like a subtopic because I've been like on a rabbit hole and like I've been saying for a while, I've been saying it for at least like 2 years now that this Disney Plus shit.
Oh yeah, that shit got to change, bro.
It's not even that. It's the Marvel approach, bro. It's got to change. And I realized something which is really fucking crazy. Marvel specifically needs to stop. Well, MCU needs to stop thinking they on the level of Star Wars. And what I mean by that is they be gassing up these finales and these shows and trying to compare it. They always compare it to Star Wars. One of them, like the quality's not there. Like especially like budget wise, bro. I don't know what the fuck they people on it, but 200 mil on Secret Invasion. Then these episodes.
Movie.
Yeah, and that's also the biggest issue. They have to stop because Kevin Feige on paper it sounded cool when they announced Captain America and Winter Soldier. It sounded good on paper. We're making a episodic movie basically. That shit got to stop.
Yeah, because it's not. They're not telling these. Well, at least with the MCU shows, they're not telling them in a show format. They're telling them in movie format. So it's like you watching a 6-hour-long or 8-hour-long movie instead of watching a TV show. So it's like it's just not it no more. Like the only one I feel like that successfully was able to do it, like, well, Well, the only one I feel like that really, the only two that really felt like genuine shows to me was Loki and She-Hulk. That was really it. The rest of them just, it felt like I was watching.
You said Loki and what?
She-Hulk. Yes,
oh.
I generally felt like all these other ones have just been feeling like 6-hour-long movies.
And my thing is though, they'll have and Secret Invasion did it twice, bro, where they had 2 episodes where they were complete filler. Like episode 5, and I knew it was bad because they started promoting episode 6 before episode 5 was even out. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be some filler where they did a whole 30-minute episode where it had nothing to do with any of the other episodes, bro. It was just filler. And my thing is they need to start doing these 12 episodes.
Like Japanese animation. They always give them
and they don't even
12
have
episodes.
An hour. Like even if they do 30-minute episodes, that'll be fine too.
It's not even just a runtime. I mean, it like just do it like Daredevil, where it feels like each one's an episode. Now, keep in mind, I will say there was one episode that I hate with a passion to this day. Every time I rewatch that mug, you already know it, bro. That Karen Page shit.
I figured.
One of the top 5 worst filler episodes I've ever seen in my life. I turned that shit off on the second rewatch, bro. Skip that.
It's filler, but I think it's enjoyable filler.
No, sir. No, sir. Enjoyable filler is Dragon Ball Z with Piccolo and Goku learn how to drive. Now that's enjoyable. And that is the greatest Dragon Ball Z episode ever, and I'll stand on that deal.
He whipped that out. It's a competition, and I love how Piccolo's drivers started going crazy. You gonna let that nigga? We too fast, too furious. Like, what you talking about?
Well, dodge, bitch, get out the way.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! Shout out to 4 Store.
I guess so. Everybody done? Anybody have any extra thoughts on like how they feel about this format? Or do you just want it gone all together? Like no more MCU shows? Because it's looking like that might happen too.
Yeah, let's do that one. Let's just nuke it.
Yeah, like
get rid of it completely. Oh, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, there's rumors that they want to do that.
But like maybe they just need to go in a different direction. Like y'all need to stop looking at these MCU shows as just 6-hour movies and start actually treating them like they're shows.
TV shows. That's like they're too short for one. You can't have this isn't an anime or nothing where they get a 12 episode stuff. Like, of course you could do 12 episodes for like live action or something. That's fine. I feel like you can convey a story, but it's like a lot of these shows could have been better if they were just simply had longer, like a longer season time and all that. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier, I like that. It also could have been better if it was a few episodes longer. Loki was good. Could have been a few episodes longer and been fine about it feeling like it was dragging. What else got a show? Secret Invasion needed more episodes. It did. If it was
6 episodes made no. And then there's another thing that's an issue with that show as well. And a lot of the shows. Episode 1, like when you watched it, you didn't know what the show was even about. What was really the true purpose of the show? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they don't have like a true vision with none of these shows.
Yeah, it's a common. I think I saw this on Twitter where they say episode 1 and like 5, and episode 1, 5, and 6 are always the worst. 2, 3, and 4 are typically the best.
Yeah, 2 was a really good episode. And I saw people were talking about how in Mandalorian, like they didn't like it and it wasn't setting up nothing. I'm like, nah. At least, even though you can say if you hate it or not, and I get why that got fucked up because they made season 2.5 in Book of Boba Fett. Which they got to stop doing that. Stop crossing over. I like crossovers, but don't do it to the point where you're stealing what obviously was supposed to be season 2 of Mandalorian. The main. Yeah, like you're hurting the product. But at least with Mandalorian season 3, we saw everything where it's like, okay, this is the purpose. Mando wants to go back to his homeland, fix. You know what I mean? Like there's a purpose in everything that they're doing. They're like, okay, we're sprinkling little things. They're like, oh, is this a filler episode? No, that's not filler. This is setting up something bigger with Thrawn and Moff Gideon. You know what I mean? Like it was setting up little stuff and sprinkling it. Secret Invasion, I didn't get that at all. With Hawkeye. I didn't really get that at all. We
that's
see
a show I forgot about. Hawkeye was fine.
I liked Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was cool. I liked
it. Was cool, but it was a lot of scenes that dragged out, and the Kingpin's revelation.
Yeah,
they should have saved that for the very last episode. And
Hawkeye was okay. I did like
last year or something.
I like the chemistry between Kate and Clint. That was great. Perfect. That was perfect. I do like how it's probably the most grounded out of all the MCU shows, but really outside of that, like that's really it. Like,
and I kind of wish the MCU had more stuff like that for their characters that don't get that much like development when it comes to these movies. That they have this development in TV shows that we care more about them in these movies. That way they can have bigger roles then too.
But my thing is when they doing these shows and trying to show the development, you kill like the what's the correct term? Not mystery, but you know how you get built like that Kingpin. We saw the stuff like
you kill the suspense. Is that what you're saying?
Suspense. That's exactly what I'm looking for. The suspense, because they killed that off doing it too fucking early. I think they should have saved him for the very, very last episode. Don't even show him. They showed him like episode
2 or 3.
And that's really what it feels so rushed because they're doing these 6 episodes. Same with Secret Invasion. They should have left Rhodey they should have left you thinking the entire show. Is he a Skrull? No, he's not a Skrull. Like just to build out that suspense and then do it on the last episode. Where in this one they showed that shit off in like episode 2 or 3. Then on top of that, they didn't even show it in the episode. They did it off air, where Nick Fury figures out that he's a Skrull. Never was it like addressed during the show at all. It's like, what the hell? What are we doing here? Then Nick Fury's supposed to be the main character, and he didn't even like get to interact with the villain at all at the end. When the whole issue was between them two. But we got a CGI fucking mess, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amelia Clark though.
Don't forget about the AI intro.
What you just said? You're underwater, sir.
I said, don't forget about the AI intro.
Yeah, and that's
the AI intro.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. We talked about it on the pod. It's all AI. That intro is completely AI.
You mean what does it describe it?
It's literally I'll show you it. Just a screenshot of it.
Are you talking like AI visuals?
Yeah, generated.
Oh, okay. I've seen those.
Yeah. Who was vacuuming?
I thought you were talking about like AI and like writing.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had that too. I would not be surprised. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen real quick for y'all.
Sometimes that writing can be very detectable. So just paraphrase what it's previously prompted to say. You gotta constantly change the prompt to make it unique.
Like, look at this werewolf. And they didn't let you skip it on the first episode. They forced you to watch it or like fast forward. This shit right here, bro.
Oh, so was it lapsing in visuals?
Yes.
Like transition. Okay, yeah, that's AI. The uncanny lapsing or the morph. I think it's called morphing of visuals together in like a motion. Yeah, I don't know why they fucking did that.
They did this like right before the fucking Writer's Strike. I can't believe these dudes here, man. But I know you guys weren't here. King, you weren't here, but last week we talked about the Gal Gadot situation where she was like, "Yeah, we're working on Wonder Woman 3," and then it came out like right after, like it never happened. The meeting did not happen. So it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, good.
And my thing is like, okay, did they have a meeting way before this shit? And that's what they were talking? Because it's like, I don't know what's going on here because we're still in the actors and writers strike. So I'm wondering, was this an old interview in the article and they brought that up? Like, because it was really weird that it came out in the first place because I didn't see her tweets or see her in an interview, of course. So it's like, what the fuck's really going on here? And I already don't trust James Gunn. So like, I'm wondering, did he do the exact same shit he did to Cavill? The Rock's a different situation.
It's like,
that's crazy, bro. You already been over this, bro. That boy James Gunn.
You're fired.
He's essentially he's essentially put it to you like this. That man is basically the quote unquote president of DC, well, Warner Brothers, DC, whatever you want to call it. But he very little, but in the sense that the president only has a little bit of say so and a little bit of power. He don't got all that. Boy James Gunn don't got all the power. Ultimately, if that's what WB decide they want to do,
you're saying WB is Congress and
they gonna do
it. The president.
Yes.
I don't believe that for one second.
He's just the figurehead.
He's got some power, but if his power is overreaching, then Warner Bros. Would step down and fucking strike him.
I think y'all downplaying his power. This man dropped some fucking heat, and they
James
knew
Gunn has absolute power over the say so of all the DC
that man
creations.
got pulled like Kevin Feige. I know it because this nigga he left Marvel and they said, "Oh hey, come make Suicide Squad for us real quick." Then they let him do a show with Peacemaker.
Yep.
And then right after that, they're like, "Oh yeah, he's the president." They wanted to keep that boy. So I guarantee you, if James Gunn said, "Hey, I want this the most randomest big booty villain," they will let him do it, bro. If he really wanted to. I think he got pulled like that, bro.
Oh no, they're gonna give him full creative control. They're gonna give him full director control. They don't give a shit what he do as far as the director part is concerned. I'm just talking about as far as him making decisions and stuff like that. But the Henry Cavill stuff, that probably wasn't up to him. It's just that he was the president. Since he's the president at the time, they gonna think about it. WB not gonna want to take the think about it. It's just like at work. It's just like at work being think of him as almost like a supervisor. Think about it. When shit go wrong, they're not gonna blame. They're not gonna the higher ups not gonna blame. Oh, it's never on the higher ups. It's always gonna be on the supervisor. They always put all the blame on the supervisor. So they're gonna put the blame on James Gunn because he's the president. Oh, he the person that got him to come out fired. But in actuality, he probably didn't have nothing to do with it.
He did though. He had the meeting and said, "I don't want you for this role." It's plain and simple. This is because you're old. Matter. That wasn't the case. He just did not want him as Superman. He don't want nothing to do with Zack Snyder shit.
Like
that's all that is.
Which is fine. Which is fine. Which is 100% fine.
But my thing is, though. Say that again.
James Gunn says things, but contradicts himself later on. He says, "Oh, we didn't fire him because he was his age, but they want to hire a young Superman." Because this is Superman Legacy, right? So this is like, okay.
Well, that's the thing. That's the premise of it.
Hold on. No.
Be a young Superman.
But did he
the term legacy, like right? Legacy means what this person has created. This is a young Superman. He hasn't created shit yet.
Bro, it's just the title of the movie, bro.
Then makes no sense. The cast is not even like, I'm like, what the hell is this movie, bro? This seemed like
we want a young Superman, but we're gonna take a guy that's literally just like 3 years younger.
Yeah,
Henry.
Bruh.
It's like, just get Henry.
He's not slick, and then like he be backpedaling a lot, and I already know this Blue Beetle shit, bro. People are already freaking out. Tomorrow we flopped. I'm like, nigga, it's only been 4 days. Like, calm down.
It's like you just said. But you don't want to.
I really feel. Hold on. I really feel like
openings is pretty low.
Yeah, it's pretty low, and I already feel like if it makes even more money or like if this movie would have like been critically and audience bombed, I think for sure that nigga would be like, "Oh nah, this shit not part of the universe," because he's been real vague and not been straight up about shit. Same with like him bringing back characters to the universe like Peacemaker. It's like, nigga, if you're doing a reboot, do a full reboot, bro. Stop bullshitting. And I'm also hearing that Margot Robbie's supposed to be coming back, which I know they wouldn't let her go just because she's WB's money bag, with Barbie and stuff. And, like they're not letting her go. But my thing is,
but
they keep half-assing shit. Like Suicide Squad is it's not a reboot, but it's a reboot. It's a soft one. It's like, make up your mind, bro. Like if y'all gonna do a reboot, I'd just rather just scrap all that other shit, bro. Get rid of that Zack Snyder
retelling.
Well, they're never gonna do that. DC, the comic company, never really does stuff like that. They always keep there's certain things that there's certain things that they keep, and there's certain things that they reboot.
What I need them to reboot, because like the Flash
years.
situation, bro. Because listen, I like that they're gonna keep like stuff separate a little bit. You know, have they got what DC Black, whatever shit they're calling it, and all the others. Because you know the Batman and Joker, that's all like it's in its own fucking universe. But eventually, you're going to have to get to that point where you're going to have to do like a Justice League or team up movie, and it's like, so who you gonna have as like the Flash? Because it's like, in my honest opinion, like, look, I like the Flash movie, but I don't need y'all bullshitting and bringing back certain characters and picking and shit. Like, nah, nigga.
I mean, you
new character, do this. Do a separate universe at that.
I mean, bro. You could just not have the Flash in the Justice
League. Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
If you're gonna make a Justice League, you have to put the icons in there.
Yeah.
Like Green Lantern. He's a like Justice League icon.
Should have been there. Should have been there. Like
Flash. Icon. Cyborg. Icon.
You don't need
Cyborg.
You don't. Yeah, we don't need Cyborgs in Justice League. I love Ray Fisher.
Well, Mr. Terrific.
Hell no, I don't want him in there either.
Wait, who?
Mr. Terrific. Hell
Mr.
no.
Terrific is Mr. Terrific. You see, he is a part of the Justice League, but he ain't a Justice League icon.
I feel like he's an icon to me.
Nah, the icon.
Well, maybe he becomes like the go-to head later in the Justice League's career.
No.
He's like the
no.
He's definitely
the communicator of the Watchtower.
He's an important member, yes, but when you
Watchtower, if we're talking about core Justice League characters, bro, no. Wow,
core. Then it's
Batman,
Green Lantern,
Wonder Woman, Green
Flash
Lantern,
would be like the extras.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do Flash, like you already knew who I'm gonna choose. I'm not choosing Barry. Y'all know who y'all
Hey, yo, Big Wallace.
Yes, sir. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't pick and choose and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring Ezra shit, calm down and stuff. No, nigga. Bring me a different Flash.
Time to put Wally in. They would have to reboot the entire Flash.
Just keep all that.
They would have to do Barry early on, have his series of movies, kill him off, and bring in Wally.
Not early.
Unless you just want to completely skip Barry and just have Wally.
Yeah, that's what they did with the Justice. That's literally what they did with the cartoon. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing with Barry. They just went now. Wally
would that work in live action?
Yeah,
that's the question.
I personally
would the community be accepting of Wally over Barry?
I would. I 100%. Bro, you gotta think. For years, most people didn't even know that there was really a Barry Allen. Everybody thought that at the very least it was Jay Garrett and then Wally West, because all throughout media, that's the only Flash that most of us saw. Whether it was in the comics, the animated TV shows, or even the live action stuff. Barry did not come back to the comics until Flashpoint. That was it, and that's what brought him back to the quote unquote.
Yeah, Flash was dead for like 40 years.
Like yes, Barry. Yes, he was trapped in the Speed Force for damn near 40 years.
Trapped. Help! Imagine screaming.
Listen, they'll fans will adjust to different adaptations of characters. I mean, look at Miles Morales, bro. He was not. I remember back in the day. I used to read that shit. He was not loved back then. And look at him now, bro. Like that Paul Rudd meme. Look at us now.
Couldn't be me.
Would have died.
Like niggas either didn't know who he was or know who he was.
Or didn't fuck with him.
You had a small fraction of people who actually knew.
I always see him as the nasally guy. Hey, Peter.
But speaking of Spider-Man, we saw the news, John Watts, which I've been telling him, Kiki been telling him, that he finally confirmed, straight up said, the Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home was all a first issue of a origin story for Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man. How y'all feeling?
Dumb. That's fucking dumb.
That don't make sense.
That's dumb.
Wait, so 3 movies equals 1 issue?
And the only reason why I say that's dumb is because in Civil War, it was after Civil War. Everybody was excited because Homecoming got announced. He was like, "Yay!" And then I remember on one of the interviews, Kevin Feige himself said, "Oh no, like we're not really doing the origin story with Spider-Man because you people have kind of already seen that. Most people know how he became Spider-Man, so there's kind of no point. So there's kind of no point just for y'all to backtrack and say some shit like that. Like I don't know, bro. That irks me the wrong way. The fact that we have seen. So let's see there. Civil War, Homecoming, Infinity War, Endgame, Far From Home. No, the fact that we have seen this version of Spider-Man for about 6 movies, starting from 2016 all the way to now. Somebody do the math on that. I don't feel like doing that, but the fact that we have seen this version of Spider-Man for that long, he's quote unquote for 7 years.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And he's just now starting to become the Spider-Man that we all know and love. That's underwhelming to me.
Yeah, got you that hurt.
Yes, but the thing is,
I can see what you're saying.
But the thing is, you can't even really say that because in Homecoming, Far From Good, they make references to Uncle Ben.
You gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop. Yo. The hate y'all have for this movie is so forced. Oh my god!
It just doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel like. It just doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie to me, bro. I would much rather watch it over the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I can tell you that much.
Are you just mad because Night Monkey was just one of those top 5 heroes, bro?
No, that is not. No, it's a whole lot of other shit wrong with that movie outside of Night Monkey.
Listen. You like the Spot from the animated series, so I can like the Night Monkey.
Okay. I never said I had a problem.
The Spot had bitches though.
In the animated?
Yep.
The only bitch he had was a hole.
No, the fuck he didn't, dude. He sat up here. What was that one Latina name? Sylvia, my love.
Yeah, but anyway, had that Mariah Crawford. He had that Sylvia.
Yes, sir. Like the fact that we have he's just now starting to become the Spider-Man we all know and love. It's very underwhelming because y'all it's clear that y'all, because think about it, in Homecoming, as I just said, Homecoming, Far From Good, they referenced Uncle Ben. It's not like the nigga don't exist. Y'all referenced him multiple times, in fact.
So this is just like a escapade of side quests. We haven't even gotten into what makes Peter the unique character that we've seen. That's his current full made by himself suit, right?
Yes.
He sold that shit at the last movie. What was it called?
Yeah.
No Way Home?
No Way Home.
Yeah. So, and this is like the beginning of the Spider-Man. But the rest of those movies was just more of, I don't know how to explain it, because it's not like the Spider-Man we understand. It's like a different Spider-Man. It's not like the main.
I think y'all be too harsh on it, bruh.
I'm not being hard. I'm trying to figure out what Kendo. I'm trying to figure out what Kendo is trying to fucking say.
Hashtag Kendo.
Like
right now.
Just think about it like this. That's like if Iron Man. That's just like if Iron Man, like I don't know, in Endgame, he quote unquote finally becomes Iron Man. He finally you know what I mean?
Nah, that's different. You said Endgame.
I'm just using that.
That is, come on, Kiki. That was a Michael Jordan Space Jam reach, bro.
I'm just
using that. Like Iron Man 3 is when he becomes the actual.
Yeah, is that? Yeah, thank you. Like,
there you go. That would make sense.
Like I get what y'all trying to do, but the character don't really need. He don't.
Okay. I think I know because in the first 3, he's been given hand-me-downs. He's always had someone to help him out, but now. This is the solo Spider-Man. He has to do everything now. He has to make his he has to pay his rent because no one's giving him places. He's got to find jobs. He's got to sew his suit now because he can't rely on anybody anymore because no one knows who he is. that's what can kind of see how, or what Kendo is trying to say.
Kendo.
That this is the actual Spider-Man.
Because y'all be so harsh on it. I'm like, bro, it's supposed to be a high school Spider-Man. We didn't really get to see that in the other
none of the
movies.
That's fine. He can be in high school, but like,
and he's learning the time. He's just still trying to figure out himself, bro. He's a kid.
Of high school.
I get that.
Okay,
it's
that's
just
fine.
like
That's fine.
The thing with him, like growing up and learning more responsibility throughout movies and shit, like that could have been like a running theme for the first 3 movies.
Literally, and it really wasn't.
How wasn't it? We saw it in Homecoming where it's like, all right, bro, you got to stop thinking the suit is everything. Like you gotta hang on your own, bro. You gotta do your own stuff.
Where he's feeling that the suit,
believe in yourself,
where he's feeling like a suit is doing all the work. Let me put it to you like that.
Suit really did a lot.
Well, hold on, because you cut me off. Let me say what I was trying to say. I'm saying, with Homecoming, he's trying to like figure out himself, and he got to stop relying on the suit and relying on everybody else. The second one, he definitely had to. He had to step up. It's like, nigga, Tony Stark not here. It's you got to stop like focusing on that and trying to be this Avenger and all this other shit, bro. And he's with no way home. It's finally like, yeah, it's come full circle with everything. And I like the suit. Will we actually see that suit? Probably not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Knowing fucking Disney, they got to make money and they got to make more suits, more toys. But I do like the inspirations for how he designed the suit, his colors, and especially the spider symbol. It's like kind of like a shade of all 3 of them together. Toby and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
But speaking of Andrew Garfield, it's his birthday too. So shout out that man, 40th birthday.
That's
good.
Fine.
You can use that birthday money to fix his underbite.
My god! Whoa!
That's because he's British.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wow!
Wow! I'm just.
Hey, been there, done that.
I'm just saying that the other 2 literally learned not almost. They did learn all these lessons that this boy didn't learn in 3 movies. It took them about half. Actually, to come to think of it, it took both of them about half an hour to learn all that stuff. I
don't like that either, though. With most of that stuff, though, like
tally ho.
Like, listen, I love. Listen, I love Spider-Man. I love all Spider-Man movies. Let's put that out there for one. Number 2, Spider-Man 1 is literally like in my top 5 of movies of all times. Me and King literally like when we had to watch fucking Party for No Way Home. We quoted it. I know Miles was sick, bro. I know he was sick of us because we was quoting the whole entire fucking movie word for word he'd sing. That's how I know King really nerds. King definitely was top 5 best friend, brother, because we was quoting that whole movie back to formula, like the entire movie, bro. So like, I just want to point that out.
Shit was just funny.
But I know the flaws in the movie and stuff, and I'm like, I hate it now because they do it sometimes too with a lot of origin movies where it's like the niggas just automatically, like Blue Beetle, they didn't do that. I like that. He's still trying to learn that shit, but it's like, bruh, a lot of niggas just be off rip. Oh, I know how to swing now. I knew all this shit, bro. Like, nah, hex nah. You got to struggle a little bit, bro. You're not gonna just know all this.
But he did struggle. He struggled twice.
Like 30 minutes.
Who?
Toby. Andrew too.
Man, look, that nigga let his senses take over with that shit. With Toby, he just turned his brain off and I got to get my get back on the Yuttas, on Uncle Ben. Andrew, he had a montage where he basically learned to do that. Tom already knew what he was doing with his stuff.
Andrew was an assassin in that movie. Nigga's a menace. That's my only thing. I just say this to close off on that topic. I do think I agree with y'all on the text that like John Watts is tripping for making it, but I do like the idea just because we get to see him in high school and I think y'all just overly fucking harsh on Far From Home.
Is it overly harsh?
My issue with Far From Home is just mainly just the driving story elements for some of the stuff. Like him just wanting to have a normal vacation, like a normal time. That's perfectly fine with me.
That's perfect. That's perfect Spider-Man.
It's the whole.
Right there.
It's the whole
take a break from
shit.
Spider-Man?
It's literally the whole Edith shit that I just ain't crazy about. Like, granted, I know that happens more for some now in the comic books and shit. But it's like the Mysterio connecting back to Stark. It's like they could have just had Mysterio try to just beat like the whole him trying to fake being a superhero. That literally could have been applied and everything, and that would have been fine. You didn't need no Tony Stark shit or anything. You could have had like Nick Fury hitting him up to like help him and shit because it's like okay, like somebody's been trying to steal this shipment of drones or whatever the fuck, and that could have been it. But you could have done it without like basically having Peter hand him over the keys to the shit and all that, especially when he already learned responsibility in the first movie. When it comes to that shit, like
I don't agree.
This could have been as like a sacrifice thing. Like, damn, I got to sacrifice like normal time, and like I really don't want to do this, but if I don't do this, who else is going to do it? Type shit. That's all this movie.
But he did do that though. The nigga had to still at the end of the day do a secret mission for Nick Fury. The nigga reached out to him.
Yeah, because he got.
What are we doing?
I'm saying
that exactly played is what they did in the movie.
Because he got forced to, not generally because he went through a crisis. Like, all right, I know if I don't do this, nobody else will.
But the exact thing y'all are complaining about is what they did in the movie, and especially in my last.
It's not what they did; it's the way they did it.
Oh my god! And then my last gripe with y'all too. Y'all be like, the shot's not it, and I'm like, bruh. Every fucking MCU movie, y'all be praising, especially that Multiverse of Madness. I'll never let that go, Kiki. Or Kendo.
I would much rather watch. I would rather watch Sam Raimi's horror Doctor Strange.
Stop this! We got to stop with that shit too. That mug was not even a Sam. That was Sam and Disney.
Didn't watch
Sam and
what?
Feige.
Regardless of whatever, regardless, I would much rather watch that. That was a way better Doctor Strange 2. I don't know what I was expecting from an MCU Spider-Man sequel, but I don't know what I was expecting from an MCU Spider-Man sequel, but Far From Good was not it. That was not
Far
it.
From
Multiverse of Madness was not it either, bro. But you be praising that mug, and that's where I'm like, no, I draw the line, bro.
Star power.
Multiverse was a cool movie.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
That shit stinks.
Multiverse. Granted, I know some parts of it stink for sure. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Fucking stinks.
But of course, it's not.
The only thing that was cool was the opening scene from the wedding, and then it went downhill from there for me.
Oh my god, this nigga! Please shut the fuck up. I'm begging you to shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not, bro. I'm not.
Evil Doctor Strange fight and resurrecting the Defender Strange.
Okay, the resurrection part, I'll give you that.
Cool.
But the fight scene, bro, y'all be trying to gas up that fucking man.
Oh
that
my
little goofy ass
fight of the notes.
They literally did some comic book shit.
Bro. Let me get off the screen, bro. That shit's.
That was cool.
Did some Doctor Strange shit, some comic book shit. Niggas is mad.
Wait. Matter of fact, bro. With the going back to Mysterio, they could have taught Mysterio up to Peter. Here's how they could have did it. Oh, they could have did it. They could have pulled like a Spider-Man 2 or even an animated series, bro, where he was already Spider-Man for about 6 months and he exposed Quentin Beck, and Quentin Beck was like, "All right, nigga, I'm finna get revenge on you." Bam, bam, bam.
No,
they had beef when the movie began.
Yeah, nah.
Who did?
Is that what
I'm saying? They could have had an idea where Quentin Beck had okay, you would have basically had like a Spider-Man 2 situation like at the game where he's like, "All right, bro, like think about it. This could have took place during the 6 months before Tony Stark recruited him." And he could have been all like, "All right, bro, like they had the little obstacle course bullshit. Quentin Beck got in his pussy and got his feelings hurt." And
got in his what? You've been wilding today, bro. I think we're gonna wrap that topic up, bro. You've been wilding. I gotta put this on the screen, bro, because that was what the fuck
was done.
Like, what the fuck is wrong?
He got in his pussy. He got hurt. That's all it is.
Stop. This is not delayed W. Jesus. All right. Oh.
So you're basically saying there was already beef, and when the second movie comes in, then we kind of like understood the whole grudge. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. You didn't have to tie any
You didn't have to tie him to Tony because he had a small little grudge with Tony and he just blew it up to proportion.
Because you didn't have to do any of that. And as much as you say you was talking about, it feels like in high school, it don't even feel like I'm watching Peter Parker.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right
rap.
there, bro. I'm gonna stop you right there. We're wrapping that topic up.
That's
bro.
what those first 2 MCU Spider-Man movies. It made me feel like I'm watching a Disney Channel.
You have to stop with that because the same shit you be saying, bro, is this every fucking MCU movie, bro. Yeah, I don't keep that same energy. But we're moving on from that. To close off, we'll just talk about we won't even have to talk about it. I'll just say Ahsoka. I think they changed the release date. Like they moved it up for sure. I think it's like the 23rd, right? I think it is.
I thought it was the 22nd.
That's what I'm getting to it. You're dropping it on the 22nd, like for the early watch type shit. There was a trailer. We saw Anakin in it. I think everybody's gonna be loving this. And only complaint right now is that they have the shortest Star Wars show episode with 34 minutes. But they also did say, we're getting episode 1 and 2 for the premiere, so it makes sense why they shortened some of the episodes.
I mean, that's not.
They're gonna stop uploading episodes at 3:00 in the morning.
No, yeah, I think they're done doing that.
I think they're gonna do it in the evening.
I don't think that's a problem because I don't remember Obi-Wan really being that long to begin with. They gave us 2 episodes of Obi-Wan too.
Yeah, I know, but it's just kind of, it could be frustrating and it's kind of like concerning when this is the shortest episode there is. But I
think the longest episodes that we got in all of them was Andor. Like they gave us 4 episodes essentially.
Yeah. And then lastly, for our last Star Wars news, Donald Glover is apparently been writing a Lando script, and it's fucked up that the original writer for the Lando show, he's been trying to do this mug for a hot minute. It was supposed to be a movie originally, but what happened with Solo, that kind of dragged shit out, Lando and all that. But the writer found that shit out on Twitter, and it's just like
he mad as fuck.
Yeah, I'll be mad, and at this rate, I don't even want that Lando show anymore, bro.
They stole it from me, Charlie.
That's cool and all. I get him being mad, but at the end of the day, I'm like how I was with Solo. Like, who really asked for this?
Ask for a prequel? Really, no one.
Well, to be fair, when we saw
can
Solo,
we get a Star Wars that's in the present time, please?
God no, you really don't.
Can we see what the fuck's going on with the world at this time?
You don't. Because with the movie that's coming out, bruh, I'm not gonna lie, you might want to sit this one out.
Or at least give us the Old Republic. I want to see an Old Republic.
No, there's an Old Republic show in the works. That's in the works. The movie trilogy, I don't know what's going on with that. It's been in limbo ever since, thank God, those frauds got exposed for doing the Game of Thrones shit, which they were only good at adaptations, not creating their own stuff. They got fired right off rip because they got so cocky and stuff. And they were like, oh, we about to get this Star Wars, it's Disney money, and then they dropped them niggas so quick. But yeah, I think people were only interested because Solo was a good movie. I didn't watch it in movies. I waited till it was on digital. I think I rented it or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, it was on Netflix at the time. This was way before Disney Plus. And I was like, damn, this is actually a really good movie. And a lot of people were saying that too when it released. It's just, it came out right after Last Jedi. And that was when Star Wars fatigue set in for everybody. And Star Wars was not in a good place. But, would have been cool to see it. But now I don't really care for the Lando movie, especially that they had a whole Darth Maul set up and cameo and all that, just to not do nothing with it. So it's I think it's time to let that shit go and we'll see some new stuff. Especially I like Andor, the way that went. I'd rather just see something different instead of just bringing back a bunch of old legacy characters and redoing it. The only one I would give an exception for is if we see Luke, what he did after Revenge of the Jedi, or of course
so you want more Luke.
But they would never do it because they're so, Disney is so obsessed with using people's faces and
I know it's stupid. Just use the actor that was portraying him because he looks fine. They could use some
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian as Luke. You don't need to fucking put a copy and paste on these faces. Just take an actor with like Han Solo prequel. Just use that formula. Take someone that might look like him, and make stories with that character. Easy.
Yeah,
it's very easy, but they just want to take the stupid road. They want to take the fucking rocky ass road.
But yeah, that's all the topics for this week. Anybody got any shameless plugs as we close out the show?
X Hamster ain't it?
That's
Jesus.
Huh?
That's crazy, dude.
I had a soundboard.
You want to know where you would have a soundboard?
Discord.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned, listeners. We'll just say that. Stay tuned. Need people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, bro. Share it to your friends and get us up there, bro.
Oh, my friends already subscribed.
Subscribe again,
yeah.
But yeah, we out. Yeah, X videos.